Hello, everyone. Welcome to this beautiful Wednesday, July 5th. We hope everyone had a lovely and safe holiday. And here we are back at it. And it's Wednesday morning, our favorite day, huh, Laura?
Yes.
Here I am with Laura Gleason, team leader, and I'm Kristen Wilson, operating principal broker of Keller Williams Realty Mid-Willamette. And today, for Leadership Conversations, we're talking about Ignite and what it can do for your business. And to start us off, Laura, tell us about Ignite. Share.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Kristen. I have a great Ignite story to share with everyone. But first of all, I want to make sure we throw that word around Ignite. And I want to give credit where credit's due. It's Keller Williams University, their Ignite course that they've created. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about how cool that actually is. But I want to start with my story. So before I joined Keller Williams, which was 10 years ago, I have been in real estate for 22 years now. And so I was with a couple of different companies before I joined Keller Williams in California, in Santa Cruz, California. And I very quickly at Keller Williams stepped into a leadership role. And the leadership role my first leadership role that I stepped into was a productivity coach for the Keller Williams Realty Santa Cruz office. And they asked me to run this Ignite course. And I was pretty new to KW. I became a productivity coach within my first year at Keller Williams. And I had no idea what Ignite was, but I love teaching. I have a master's degree in education, so I love teaching. It's near and dear to my heart. So I was, of course, up for the challenge. And I said, yes, I will help you guys run this Ignite course. And so I started, looking into what does that mean? What is Ignite? And I honestly was blown away. And some people have heard me tell this story before, but I started to teach some of the classes because typically Ignite has about 20 different classes that are in the entire series. So I helped teach some of them and I was just blown away. And I was like, wait a minute. They have, first of all, a department called Keller Williams University. Keller Williams Realty International has a department called Keller Williams University that has a full-time staff. Their job is to write classes for us.
I know.
That's how cool it is at that huge level, the big macro level of Keller Williams Realty, is that we actually have a department called Keller Williams University that writes courses for us. And they've written over 60 different courses that we then have access to teach locally. We can teach it locally, regionally, and nationally and internationally. And Ignite is what we call our fundamentals course, right? So everything that you're teaching in Ignite is the fundamentals. I always say when you start in real estate, you put a tool belt on, a real estate tool belt, and it's empty. And Ignite is one of the classes that helps you fill your tool belt with tools. And so that you can take care of your clients at the highest level possible. So when I first started teaching it, I was blown away because I was like, everything that they teach in that class that they offer to every real estate agent at Keller Williams and the larger communities, because we invite any agent from any brokerage to attend Ignite. Everything that we teach in that course, I had to figure out and make up on my own when I started in real estate, because I didn't have a class like that. I didn't have a course like that. Yeah. I had two other companies that I was with before Keller Williams, and they didn't have courses like that filled my tool belt with tools. So here I am now. I'm at KW. I'm in this leadership role, and I get to help teach Ignite. And I just was blown away by that. I'm blown away by the amazing course that it is. And here's where I would say that it gets even cooler. Okay, at like the highest level of how cool Keller Williams can be is that we talk about this all the time. We have a culture of caring and sharing. We have a culture of abundance. Okay, we know there's enough business to go around for everybody. And so what that means for Ignite is that our top agents give back of their time to help teach Ignite. So you've got this course that's been written. There's, like I said, 20 different sessions with different topics. And our best agents, we ask to partner with us and help teach the different classes. So they get to pick the ones that most resonate with them, that they feel they have the best skills in. And of course, they read from the course content, they teach from the course content that was written, but then they sprinkle in what has happened in their own businesses that they have been successful with. And they share that with anybody who's willing to listen. So it's that amazing culture of caring and sharing that we have that is infused in Teaching Ignite, as well as many of our other KW courses that we teach. So, and it's an amazing way that our agents give back. And again, I mentioned that we have culture of caring and sharing and culture of abundance. They're willing to share with you what they've done in their business to be successful. They're not worried. They know they're smart business owners. They know there's enough to go around. So they're not, well, if I share my secrets with you, you'll become better than me and steal my business. We don't have that culture at KW. So I love that. I think it's amazing that we have agents that are willing to teach other agents. Now, the other thing that I would say is Ignite is not just a course for brand new agents. We encourage every single one of our brand new agents to take Ignite and to take it multiple times, because you never step foot in the river in the same place twice. So every time you are in the Ignite classroom, you're in a different place, and it might have a different teacher and the content might be taught slightly different. You're going to learn something different every time you take the course. So it's also a course for agents who are not brand new, but are needing to brush up on some of their fundamental skills or fundamental tools in their tool belt. I always say, if you're not teaching Ignite, you should be in the classroom learning. And if you're at the level where we're asking you to teach Ignite, great. There's probably other classes that you could brush up on and brush up on those skills so that you're always learning and growing. So everyone should be taking Ignite. For those agents who are brand new, take every single class. We're also, this time around, Ignite starts for us next week. We're going to be teaching it throughout the rest of the summer on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 11. And we've been advertising it. You can reach out to us if you're wondering what the different courses are, the different topics. We've been posting it on social media, etc. But we can always send you the list and the course materials. So if you're brand new, you should take every single class. If you need to miss a class, we're going to record them, so you'll have them available as a recording to watch later. And if you're not brand new in the business, but you're feeling stagnant or feeling the need to brush up on something, look at the different courses and pick those that you feel that you need to learn something new on. Check out who the instructors are and who you'd like to learn from. That's always fun too. It's a course for everyone. So Kristen, that's my story about Ignite, and those you can see my enthusiasm and excitement. I love this course. I'm proud of this course. I'm proud of a company that creates a course like this, and an entire department that creates course content, Keller Williams University. And it's an honor to be a part of a company like that really cares about our learning. Oh, I know, I want to say one other thing. So the reason why a course like this is important is because it's creating foundational skills for you, okay? So the better our foundational skills are, and coming from a culture of caring and sharing where other agents are willing to teach you stuff, okay? So the better your skills are, the better you take care of your clients. The better you take care of your clients, the more clients you're going to get. The more clients we all get, the more market share we have, and the more money we all make at the top, because we're serving everybody to the highest level. So keep that visual in mind. It really is stacked on purpose to bring us to the top.
Good. I just want to back up a little bit, first of all, and say, you mentioned foundation and having the right foundation. You can look at the course class topics. At the end of the day, though, Laura, we don't get to serve our clients well if we don't have clients to serve. Mm-hmm. So one of the basic, to me, important fundamentals taught in this class is how to get clients to serve. building your database, reaching out to them, what to say. We literally give you a recipe to follow, and then how to lead gen, and what are the things that you need to do to lead gen, because that is a step that many agents miss. And the interesting thing that you shared is what I always find is a somewhat of a revelation to people new in the business, is that the actual course to become a real estate license doesn't prepare you.
Right.
Now what do I do to get business, take care of business, keep business, right, going forward? And that's what Ignite is. Now, the other thing that you mentioned was, and I like to talk about the who's it for conversation, right? And I'll share the story. One of our top capping agents, had come to Lionel back in the day when he was a team leader, and her business was just feeling stagnant, as sometimes, right?
It happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, just jump into Ignite, jump into a few courses, or what courses you can and what have you. And she did. And she, being a capping agent, being one of the ones that teaches it all the time, right? She came in as a student. She got on fire, refreshed her business, implemented the steps, and like halfway through was too busy to keep going. And she's like, I'm so sorry, I can't keep going. He's like, no, you got from it what you needed at this point. Right?
Yes.
Sure, he knows how to do a listing presentation and a buyer consultation and some of those other basics, right? But she reignited her business, right? Reignite. So for some people, it's reignite. And I just love that story. And I think there's just also, if you're looking at your business from the perspective of, you started in real estate, you got some of the basics down, you've been running and going and flying by the seat of your pants at times, and you're at a place where you're like, okay, I need to take a step back and look at my systems or gaps or where it can be more efficient.
Right.
Look for those topics in
it,
because it's all there. The last thing I'll say, and we do run our PC coaching students through this, absolutely, because there is absolutely no other way to get this amount of information to them. And we also open it up for everyone because, right, it is a tool, as you said, that can be used in our business, no matter where we're at in the business, right? Just like the analogy was stepping into the river, wherever we're at, with our business, we're in a different place at a different time, and we're going to get something different out of it. So I just encourage everyone, from a person, I know what it personally did to my business. Man, I was a student multiple times while I was teaching as well. So, in the class and then standing up the next week to teach it, because every time it's like being in bold, it gives me, it resets me, it realigns me. And I love the accountability of being in the room.
Yeah.
The energy of that. I love the activity trackers, right? So you're tracking your activity, whether that's, contacts made, people added to your database, homes previewed, so the market. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's a layered effect that works well together for everyone. So I'm excited that we're doing it. I'm looking forward to teaching. It's been a little bit since I've been teaching in the Ignite room. So I'm looking forward to that and being a part of the team and getting to know the agents that are in the room. So, hey, it's a great time to do it. Summer can be somewhat distracting for us in our industry and in our business.
True. Yeah.
If you're looking to set up a great fall and end of the year production wise and have yourself on track for fall and end of year, this is a great time to be stepping into Ignite. So we look forward to having everyone with us. Thank you so much for sharing, Laura, and everyone have a great week.
Bye.